This is an Otafuku style takoyaki recipe from our classic street food recipe series. These are the ingredients that we'll be using for today's recipe. Don't worry, we'll post a link to the full recipe after. In order to make takoyaki at home, you're first going to need takoyaki flour and takoyaki sauce. Then, of course, there's the main ingredient, octopus or taco in Japanese. You will also need one other piece of equipment, a takoyaki maker, which you can find at your local Asian market. We're going to begin by making the flour base, which is simply mixing water, flour, and egg together. Takoyaki batter is actually going to be quite liquidy, so it won't have that thick pancake-like consistency like some of the other videos we've posted. All you have to do is mix. It's really quite simple. See how thin the batter turned out? You wouldn't want it to be any thicker than this. You can use a paper towel and a little bit of vegetable oil to oil your takoyaki maker, and then simply fill batter about halfway into each hole. Next, you're going to put one bite-sized piece of octopus meat into each hole. It can spill over a bit on the sides too, so you don't have to worry about making it perfect. Our next ingredient is chopped green onions. Part of the fun of making street food is that you can really do whatever you want with it, so you can customize this recipe with other ingredients that you like as well. Next, we're going to fill the holes with a little bit more batter, and then it's going to overflow, so don't worry about putting too much in. You actually kind of want it to overflow. Once your batter's all in there, you want to use a chopstick to kind of create a border between each hole. You can use your chopstick again when you're ready to flip. Our chef recommended not flipping it 100%, but leaving it at a slight angle. He says that it actually makes the takoyaki more round in the long run. Again, you don't have to worry about how perfect it looks because as the takoyaki continue to cook, a lot of that extra batter is going to cook out, so it'll look a lot nicer in the end. Before we move on, we have an extra surprise recipe for you. This is our mozzarella cheese yaki, which is so melty and smooth in the middle. All you do is place one bite-sized piece of mozzarella cheese, or any other cheese that you like for that matter, and then a little bit of the chopped green onions that we showed before. We tend to be a bit heavy-handed on the onions because we like them a lot here at Otafuku. Green onions pretty much goes with any type of Japanese street food, and it's a great way of introducing vegetables into the mix as well. So like before, we're going to put more batter in after our ingredients until it's overflowing a little bit, and then use our chopstick to start turning over each piece of, well, cheese yaki. Again, our chef is leaving it at a little bit of an angle and not flipping it 100% to allow a little bit of air escape, which makes the takoyaki or cheese yaki more round and fluffy in the end. Then as it continues to cook, he keeps flipping it so that the uncooked portion is at the very bottom of each hole. You want to allow it time to cook on each side, but you can keep flipping it to prevent it from overcooking. Here's another little trick. If you want it to be more crispy, you can simply spoon a little bit more vegetable oil onto the top of each takoyaki or cheese yaki. Now you can really start to see how the oil is giving it that crispy goodness. You can put your takoyaki and cheese yaki on a plate, and then you're ready to decorate and serve. For traditional recipes, you simply drizzle on the takoyaki sauce, put a little bit of Japanese-style mayonnaise, and then top with aonori seaweed flakes. It's so melty and yummy on the inside, and the best part is it's really easy to make. If you have any questions about the cooking method, feel free to contact info@otafukufoods.com. We'd love to hear from you how it goes. For more recipes, visit www.otajoy.com.